What is up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We're back in the world of FTBIE squared, and we're moving on. We've got our bees over here doing what bees do, which is apparently have sex and then slowly die, and then have more babies, which will then have sex and slowly die. Of course, I guess that's the life of pretty much everybody. Yeah, now that I think about it, it's kind of morbid and disturbing. Anyways, we're moving on with squeezers. Squeezers, that is something that we need to make impregnated casings. You have to make impregnated sticks, which requires a carpenter and some seed oil. And right here you can see it just takes two planks, or two chunks of wood, whatever you call it, logs, to make two sticks. So we're going to be doing that, but to get that we need seed oil, which you get from a squeezer. Thankfully, due to the way we've been doing pretty much everything else, we're going to have plenty of seeds to throw at it. We just honestly need the other stuff. So we need 2 pieces of glass, which we can get down here. We can use our sand. I don't think we have any glass already made, but we do have sand. So there's 1, 2, boom, boom, boom. And then we'll come over here. I'm sorry if there's any background noise. My dryer's going. I have to do laundry occasionally. So you shouldn't be able to hear it, but if you do, I apologize. That's what it is. All right, and then we need some 10. So let's ask the thing here. We need some 10. We need... Really? We don't have any 10? Are you kidding me? What? Oh, we have 10 over here. That's right. I processed a bunch of 10, I think. What about over here? I know we've got ores. Do we honestly not have any 10 ores? Ferrous, gold, lead, silver. Oh my god, please tell me we have some 10. Hello! There we go. Alright, perfect. That's not so bad. Alright, 1 sec. Alright, I believe the massive spin cycle on my turbo frickin' washer is finished, so you guys should no longer hear a jet engine in the background, so I apologize about that. It always seems to pipe up at the worst possible times. Alright, so we've got our 10, we've got our impregnated sturdy casing. That gives us our squeezer. We'll bring that back over here. And I'm hoping that we can use buckets with it. I'm not entirely sure if that will work, but we'll find out here in just a second. That's a survivalist generator, so we're going to actually set it up right here. That's going to store all the RF that we need. Thankfully, we have plenty of seeds in here, so seeds are going to start squishing in here. And the question is, can we use a bucket? Hopefully we can. All right, so now we need some wood. So wood's the one thing we got plenty of. I bet this whole back thing is almost filled up now. I bet. Nope. Okay, well, maybe we've got a little bit more room than I thought we did. I expect that to fill up relatively quickly. All right, so we have 80 seed oil. I don't know how much the impregnated casings need. Need 100 millibuckets, so that means 1 bucket will be enough for 10. Oh dear God, that's going to take a little bit. That's going to take a long little bit. Did I already pull the? No. Boom. Thank you. All right, so we're going to split this and go like that. And we put this here, and then as soon as we get some of the oil, we should be good. I'll skip ahead till we get some. All right, now the background noise that you may be able to audibly enjoy is the massive tsunami of rain that is hitting me. So hopefully I don't lose power and spontaneously get swept away by something even worse than that. We'll see. All right, so we're going to put our seed oil in here. And you can see the impregnated sticks are just going to start spitting out now. We are going to need quite a few of these to get everything rocking and rolling. So while that's processing, we're going to jump out here real quick and see if we can't find some string. Which means we are going to need to find a crop that we can do that is going to give us string. So we have flax, we have cotton, we have silky wisp, and something else. Cotton, industrial hemp. There we go. So my question is, are there hemp seeds that we can agricraft? It doesn't look like we can agricraft hemp. It doesn't look like we can agricraft cotton. Now that's an interesting other... There's a bunch of different types of cotton. Okay. I'm pretty sure flax isn't going to be... Whoops. Flax isn't going to be agricraftable either, which is a bummer. That means pretty much there's no easy way for us to go about getting string, which I consider poopy flavored ice cream, if you ask me. There's gotta be a way to make it. Oh, we can make a spidery queen. Yeah, that'll be pleasant. So yeah, it looks like cotton or flax is pretty much the... Wait a minute. What about silky wisp? Hang on. Oh Lord, hello. And they try and kill me, y'all. They try and kill me all the time. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. What was it? It was Silky Wisp from forestry, which comes from bees. I was really hoping we'd find an alternative for that. Now I'm trying to remember what I came out here for. I got like, oh, string, yes. I got like completely sidetracked. I was like, what the hell were we doing out here? All right, I know we've got string loosely spread out everywhere due to, you know, the copious amounts of mobs that have been trying to kill me pretty much since we've started this series, and many times have succeeded, which is a bummer. Thankfully, we can make cotton if we need to. I'd really hoped that we wouldn't have to worry about it, but we probably are. Okay, so we have 20 of these now. Dear God, is that as much as it'll stack up? Or, oh, we're out of seed oil. Holy shit. And we just processed a full stack of 64. All right, so I need, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, that's 9 eggplants out. See, I was worried that I was going to have all of this eggplant and we weren't going to have anything we could do with it. And then, you know, as is with most things in Minecraft and with this pack, you always find something to do with something else. All right, there we go. That ought to run that thing for a little while. Each of these is 600. We need about, what, a bucket a piece to make. One bucket made us 20. Oh dear God, that is going to be one in-depth process. But whoops, wrong way. All things considered, it's not that bad. Okay, so how many did one bucket make us? Wow, really? 2? Really? Damn, that's hateful. All right, so from my understanding of this, which is very loose, impregnated casings or whatever increase productivity. I don't know what that means. We're fixing to find out. So we're going to put 3 in here. We're going to pull this guy out again, pull her out. We're going to put her back in and put him in. And I don't know if increasing the productivity means their breeding time or what. I'm hoping it makes this go faster, but it may not. It may not. All right, so we have an unusual princess over here, and we now have a mystical drone and an unusual drone. Whoops. I think I got them in time. Okay, perfect. Now, I think these guys don't get taken into account until the end of the cycle. Now, what do I mean by the end of the cycle? I mean when the bees are actually... Because basically, this is going to sit here and it's going to do... Well, no, I was wrong. Okay. Because you can see they're already starting to take damage. So, there are different types of frames. As you can see right here, gentle frame, resilient frame, all of these have different archetypes and such with them. The proven frame, I believe, is the one that you can't make it. You can only get it from, what is it? You can only get it from apiary or apiarist villagers, I think it is. Healing frames, I have no idea what they do. Soul frames, resilient frames. There used to be an ender frame, oblivion frame, yes. This one right here is apparently bad as hell. How to get it, I have no idea. So eventually we'll be able to get to Gendustry, which will speed all of this up, but we're just gonna have to make do with what we've got for now. All right, how are we doing here? We got another bucket's worth. Let's pull that out, spit that up, bam, right there. Okay. We'll put you back in here and let you start storing up. Okay. All right. Well, let's let that run for a bit. All right. So we've been making some progress here, not process. Making some progress, making some sticks. We got a fairly decent amount of them now, but we're going to keep this running because over time we will be burning through these pretty much, considering they break. We're going to need more. We're going to need more. Now, one of the things that I believe we need now is a centrifuge. We want this because it allows us to take the honeycombs, I believe. Well, wait, where is it? There we go. Honey drops. They're ground up from the honeycombs in the centrifuge, which give us a variety of different things. This is where you basically get all of your cool stuff. So since we want some of these and we want that ability, we're going to need to make a centrifuge. Sturdy casing, 4 bronze ingots, then 6 copper and 2 glass. I believe we have all of that. There we go. And What are we missing? Oh, I guess it would help if I made the sturdy casing first. There we go. Now, bazow. All right, perfect. So I think we're going to place it right here. It's getting a little crowded over here, but it'll do what it'll do. All right, so now we want to see how we're doing over here. Those 2 bees that we put in over here are hopefully done processing at this point. Let's see what we got. Hey, we got a mundane comb. I'm so excited about that. All right, let's put that in there. And then over here, we didn't get anything, which is a very sad thing. A very, very sad thing. My butt is hurt over that one. All right, let's see if we can't make another quick impregnated case, or 12. Looks like 6. Okay, that's good. Wow, we actually have a surplus now. And sadly, they don't stack. All right, so that's in there. We're going to put all of these in here for now. Need to go, well, we can grab the rest of them later. All right, so we'll put, let's see, these are unusual and mystic, mystic and unusual. Okay, unusual, mystic. I'm going to try and keep those guys up. Eventually, we'll be able to use these bees and feed them into Gindustry, I believe, and basically grind them up into other stuff, but we can't do that yet. All right, so we did get this mundane comb here from the guy. So we'll bring this back over here, and let's see what happens with this. We slap that in there. You can see it's doing its little grinding up, which is kind of interesting because I don't understand how a centrifuge would do that. But anyways, we got a honey drop, we got beeswax, and we got magic wax. Magic wax is used for magic bees, and apparently gives a lot of different stuff that we can do with it. I don't know exactly what like this essence of everlasting can be used for. So apparently it can be put into a resilient frame. I don't know what those are. I've never played around with magic bees before. In fact, magic bees wasn't even a thing when I was doing bees last, which was over a year ago. In fact, it was exactly over a year ago. All right, so we are going to put all of this stuff in this chest here. Now, what I'm probably going to end up doing is setting these up with pipes, because we can basically rinse and repeat these. The problem we're going to run into is we don't make any extra princesses, but we do get extra unusual drones, and there's not much we can do with them other than infuse them with mana and turn them into different things. With the Mutatron, which is part of Gindustry, we can turn them into different stuffs. We can sample them with a genetic sampler, extract them with DNA, et cetera, et cetera. Now, one of the things we may be able to do now, since we have a honey drop, oh, I don't know where that came from. I guess I must have killed one of the bad guys. All right, so let's pull this out real quick and let's see what we've got. I'm just curious if I can do this. So we put him there, we put one honey drop up, and we see that we have active. We have species is mystical, both of those. Lifespan is shortest, slowest. It doesn't look like we've got anything else unlocked. So I believe over time, you can expand on some of these inactive abilities as you start breeding them, which we'll be doing here relatively soon, I guess. Now, I'm curious where we put this book, because I don't think we can put it in here. No, yeah, it won't let me put the book in here. So I know there is a Bealyzer, which will allow us to basically scan that stuff, but we don't have access to that yet. Hey, we've already got a mundane thing. Nice. So we can see that already these impregnated casings are starting to work well for us. Maybe not amazingly well, but still gives us something. And we're basically going to start looking at magic bees probably fairly quickly as well. It does seem to be a percentage chance, though, to get that magic stuff. Looks like we can make torches with this stuff. We can make a seal upgrade. We can make wax capsules. Pipe sealant, which is kind of cool. Scented paneling, unlit candles, so a bunch of different things here that we can do. I don't know what most of this stuff is needed for, but hopefully some of it will have a good use. Now, eventually, we'll be able to make bees that will pretty much do everything, whether it's producing ender pearls, different like oil. Like you can literally produce oil with certain bees. Now I don't know if those bees are in this pack. I would assume they are. Don't. Damn it! I thought you were a zombie at first. You are not a zombie. Oh, he's gonna kill me. God dang it! Do I have to die every episode? every episode. And I have lit everything up around here. Oh, it's infuriating. All right, dick bag. Break this open. Now I'm just hoping I get lucky and pick up one of my Alumite tools. Hey! Yeah, there you go. Dead. Freaking hate that guy. All right, so it does look like these impregnated frames are going to last for quite a while. What we're going to need to do now is make more apiaries. So to make another apiary, we're going to need impregnated casings, which thankfully don't seem to be all that difficult to make. And then just wood. So thankfully, we have tons of wood. That's like the one thing we have bukus of. So we're probably going to want to make, I would say, somewhere in the neighborhood of like 10 apiaries. At least. And then, like I said, we're going to want to automate them all with pipes eventually. So let's pull this out real quick. We've got a stack. And how much seed oil, if any, do we have? Looks like we're doing okay here. We're going to clear this out real quick. We'll take this bucket. How are we doing down here? Looks like we've just about got an extra bucket of seed oil. So we'll put that in there. Whoops. I wish it would automatically drag in there. That would be nice. All right, we're going to put you back. I need to go get some more seeds real quick because we're going to run low. How much extra space do I have? I just have 2. 1, 2. Boom. Boom. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Load you up. Let you keep running for a bit. Okay, so we want to make some apiaries. So we need impregnated casings, which are just logs. So we're going to need several of those, sadly. So let's put you in here for now and go like this. And there we go. So we're going to make, I don't know, what do you think? 6 of them? Probably good enough for the most part. All right, we're going to need some slabs. So let's pull these guys out. There we go. Going to need this. We'll use about half. There we go. That should be plenty. And then these need a carpenter, which no, that's a centrifuge. Carpenter's right up here too. All right, so we pull these out. We'll stop after this one. I don't think we need a whole lot of, in fact, we don't need any of that. Everything else can be made off-site. Okay, perfect. So we'll stack these up. There we go. There's 3. And should be able to make them. Now, eventually, there will be more apiaries. There's different types of apiaries. Some require power, some don't. There are alivaries, which are like basically apiaries on crack, which we will eventually get into as well. But for now, we're just going to stick with these. We'll continue breeding these little bad boys. And like I said, here in a minute, we're going to probably pipe these up with, and I'll probably move the forestry stuff out to here as well. And then we'll start piping it all up and getting some of it at least automated so it's not completely ridiculous like this. Keep in mind, we got a long way to go before we can get into gendistry because we need the infinite bee, which the humor of it is by the time we actually get the infinite bee or infinity bee, we won't really need gendistry all that much because we'll have done almost everything by that point. So it's kind of a bummer, but anyways, I'll showcase the automation hopefully in the next video or 2. We'll get to crossbreeding here shortly. I want to thank all of you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys are liking the series. If you do, slap that like button. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip.